Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Sealy P. It's Monday, it's the 24th of July, we've got some new mods and we've got some updates. We've got 17 plus new mods today, 17 mods, one mod pack with another 5 or 6 in. Updates, we've got quite a few as well, so I'll crack on with those. The map Yarra Valley, Australia by Gridu has had an update to that. Doesn't say whether it needs a new save game or not. The class Lexion 8900 5300 by Jeff D25. John Deere 9000i series by Fote. The Fent 900 TMS Vario by Smetty. Excavator Tool Pack by FS Miner. Elson 82. The Hauer SGS2600 by STv-Modding Mantrid ABP team. The Unia Grudziad's U500 Solga by Zimovi Vojovnik. The Lizard Caro by Nailu. The Small Flatbed Autoload Trailer by MacTrucker921. The Mower for Skid Steer Loaders by FS Miner, the Cowshed Package by LeoLeo, Slatted Cowshed by Sully, Pack of Irish Roundsheds by Sully, and the Irish Roundshed by Sully have all had updates. In front of me we have got the Manitou Agri Shovel, this by Jeytav, 1.47 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 1,500 litre capacity. This is only for, as far as I can tell anyway, it's only for telehandlers. Oh, well, I always say that and find out I've got something wrong. It happens. So if we go to our tools, then down to telehandler tools, right out at the very end is where you will find this. Did I say it was 1.47 megabytes download? I think I did, didn't I? So 2 slots comes down to 1. Options on this, we can change the main colour of the buckets, anything on that pallet. That's the choice. And as you can see, it attaches to a head telehandler. There's no option for any other attachment. However, if you've got something like the CSZ pack, CSZ pack has got various different adapters in each of the different categories. So you can, when I say it's got an attacher for, you can mix and match attachments and attachers through the range of skid steer loaders, telehandlers, wheel loaders. It is possible to do that. So that's the Manitou Agri Shovel by Jeytav. Next to this, feel like you deserve an award? Do you feel like you want something really cool to hang on the wall? Well, we've got the Modhub Awards by JMZ, 2.08 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 100 each to buy. If we go into our decoration and others, just here we've got the certificate of being a Giants partner. We've got the first mod for consoles Modhub Award. We've got Silver Modhub Award, Gold Modhub Award, or the Bronze Modhub Award. Now, when I first put these down, I thought, hang on a minute, we've got a problem with colours. If I kneel down, you can see there's nothing showing. However, if I kneel down and then grab it, as soon as you tilt it into the light, it's all good, don't worry. All the details on there, you can sit on a desk. You can do whatever you want with it. Of course, it's entirely up to you. Kneel down and grab that one. So that's the Giants partner one. I'm just looking up at my wall. What have I got? Bronze. I'm no DJ. DJ's gold. I think there's only 2 or 3 gold partners in the world. He's one of them. There's your silver. I'm sure the other one was the bronze, wasn't it? Is that the order it was in? Yeah, look at that. The gold one's in the middle. So, yeah. If you fancy just treating yourself, get yourself an award. I certainly didn't pay 100. I didn't pay anything. I'm not saying I paid for it. Gosh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? So there we go. That's the Modhub Awards by JMZ. Next, we've got this. Now, I'm not going to show you this being done. I had a little bit of a play around with it, and blimey. This is the Concrete Curbs pack by Young Cienek, I think it is. 0.78 megabytes download. There are 2 slots each on console. For the first one, then the slot count comes down. Now, these are not like fences. These are separate individual curbstones. There are a set of instructions that come with, I say a set of instructions. There are some instructions that come with this. It says, for the best effect, I recommend levelling the ground and turning on grid placement. I concur. I have found if you turn these anything other than 90 degrees, so perpendicular, you're golden, no problem at all. If you turn them at a slight angle, they don't like lining up. So we've got different straight edged curbs. I think I've got 2 there, might be 2 or 3 there. There's corner pieces, different radius curves one way and the other. Then you've got drop curb sections. Now I thought these drop curb sections were supposed to join onto these to bring up to the regular height, but as you can see I couldn't get them to match up. So like I said, it's going to take a bit of fiddling around, and then obviously you can do your landscaping, your texturing, painting inside or outside, road, grass, whatever you want to do is entirely up to you. Under build mode, also under decoration, under others, and here they all are in their glory. So at 50 each, we've got concrete curbs at 1 metre, concrete curbs at 2, 3, 4. So a 1 metre is that long. Not I mean, it's kind of obvious. If you know meters, you'll know what 1, 2 and 3 meters. 4 metre. Now I have got it at the moment, I've got toggle snapping on, so when you turn it, it turns around in clicks, in increments, and you want it to do that so that it will stop at the right angle, hopefully to line up with the next one. So if you've got long bits to do, as you can see, to do that there, and it lines up really nicely. If you're at the wrong angle or the ground's uneven, it doesn't like it too much. Now obviously, because they're individual sections, it's going to take a while to do whole road networks, unlike the fences where you can just drag them out and curve them and do them in smaller sections. This will take a little bit longer. Then we can move along to these two here. So we've got concrete curb left, concrete curb right. You've got curb entrance, so what we refer to as drop curbs, I suppose. You've got a 4 metre and a 5 metre. I think there's a 4 down already, so there's a 5. And then we move on to the radiuses. So we've got curb 1 metre left, 2 metre left, 3 metre left, 4 metre, 1 metre right, 2 metre right, 3 metre right, 4 metre right. We move back onto the partner awards. So I think those are the lefts and those are the rights. So it's just, yeah, it's one of those things you will need to practice with. And I would always say, if you're doing anything like this, you're doing anything, sorry, just my leg up because it's starting to hurt. If you're doing anything that's going to require landscaping and practice, have a practice map to practice your landscaping first. So it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, you can set out nice flat areas, you can have a play around with these sorts of things, and it can work quite nicely. So that's the concrete curbs pack by Young Cianek. Next that, I'm not going to call out this time, 2 things on Modhub that have had my my videos demonetized. One was the KUHN word, and the other one was what these are called. These are hydraulic posts, is what I'm going to say. It's not what it says in the description. These are by Mappers Paradise. 1 megabytes download, 3 slots each. There's a single post, double post, or a triple post, which you can put in your farm entrances. You can put wherever you like. It's entirely up to you. Stick them in the middle of a field if you want to catch out people that are trying to farm your land without your permission. Just have them stuck up in the middle of a crop. If we come over to them, close gate. Cool. These are under build mode, under tools, just there. You can see what it says there, I'm not reading it out. Slot count's going back down to 1, so single at 150, double at 300, and a triple at 500. And yeah, you could do whole fence lines of those configuration wise and whatever you want to do. That's the hydraulic posts by Mappers Paradise. Next to that, we have got the old repair ramp. Now, this looks very familiar to me as I'm playing on Carpathian at the moment. This is the one on Carpathian Countryside. Looks like it to me. Old repair ramp by Kermiii. This is 6.15 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. Your trigger there for workshop work. Repair is done there. Drive your vehicle up onto it, and you are good to go. As you can see, very nicely detailed, nicely weathered. I do like ones like this. This you just saw probably was under build mode and tools as well, right next to the posts, just there. The old repair ramp. Slot count comes down to 1. 3,500. That's all to buy and play, so not too expensive either. Won't break the bank for something. I'll just say as fancy as that. I mean, like I say, you know what I mean. There's a lot of detail going on there. So that's the old repair ramp by Kermiii. Next to that, we've got this, or say this, we've got these. This is like an aircraft hangar. It's absolutely massive. This is the American shed with lounge. It's by STv-Modding. 29.12 megabytes download, 32 slots on console, 150 grand to buy, and there are 2 of these you need to be aware of. The first one you'll find under sheds, just there. Slot count will come down to 2, 150 grand. That's the first one. The second one you'll find under containers. I'll scroll back that way. It's just there because the second one, or the first one, depending on which way you want to look at it, has got a storage tank inside of it for liquid fertilizer or herbicide, 500,000 litres, and you can store both in there. It's got a total capacity of 500,000, so however you want to go about that is up to you. So one under sheds is just for storage, and the other one has got liquid storage in it. So this is the standard one. The 2 side doors are pretty big anyway. Roller doors, as you can see, the space inside is huge. Now I walked in and thought, wow, that roof seems really low because it has got a peaked roof on it. But I guess if you've got to heat these, if you're on a heated workshop and you're heating that entire headspace and you haven't got racking or anything up there, it's probably a bit excessive. So I can kind of understand why you might not want to go down that route. We come over to here, light on. So the first one that's under sheds has a workshop trigger. So this one's got a workshop in it. It does feel like an aircraft hangar. Once you turn the lights on, it's very bright. You've got a lounge in here. The lounge is fancy too. Look at this. You get to live here for your staff, your workforce. We have facilities, kitchen area, fridge, etc. with a door to the outside as well. And then if we come back around and out this door, where's another one like this recently? It's massive. Now I'm going to throw. I don't know. I'm assuming the outside lights are automatic. I couldn't find a separate light switch to do outside lights. I may have missed it, but I mean, that's just colossal. So the second one is the one with the storage tank in. Everything else about it is exactly the same. We'll go in through the lounge. So as you can see, all exactly the same in here. Come on to the inside, light switch down the wall. And you've got the big tank just here. Now that shows the out portion of it. So you drive to here with whatever it is you want to use. I also filled up one of a little fertilizer tank from it and it worked no problem. Putting into this, I got the trigger came up just about here. So you can put in, take out, 500,000 litre tank. And when you've got a building this big, it doesn't seem to take up a lot of space, does it really? Now, it did say something about racking and about being careful if you move it. I can't. Things on the shelves you can. Anyway. So, they take up quite a bit of space, as you can tell, because they're large buildings. So just make sure that when you go to place them, you've got a nice flat area to put them on. Otherwise, you might get clobbered on top for levelling fees, for groundworks, that kind of thing. That's the American shed with lounge by STv-Modding. Next to that, we've got this. This is the Pigsty with garage. This is by LeoLeo, as you can see. A slightly older design building. This is 22.79 megabytes download, 30 slots on console, 60 grand to buy, and it will hold 25 pigs. This is interesting. I don't know if there's supposed to be a little ladder or a step or something there, but there is a little loft when you jump up the top. You can put stuff into. It's nicely made and nicely detailed. I do like when you get these ones where you can see the tiles from the inside as well. That, you know, I'm not sure why I like that. I just do. Little garage space in here. There's not a workshop trigger with this. Drive through in here. What is nice as well, though, as you can see, the dialogue box for animals is here for your 25. It puts them in, but this side There's also a little bit now when you first come here. Obviously, this is empty. When you put your animals in, it puts them in that side and this side. But also, what you can see, they do clip through a little bit here and there. But that's for your 25, and then the rest of your triggers are just here. Your slurry point is there, and your water and feed trigger was just here. I brought a bale over to put into here, and it literally just went inside the door and the bale vanished. So triggers were all fairly straightforward and worked really well. Under build mode, under animals, under pigs, slot count will come down to 2, 60 grand. The Pigsty with garage by LeoLeo. Next up we've got the Butler shed. Oh you Butler, sorry, couldn't help it, had to be done. This is a Butler shed. This is by AT Farms, 1.44 megabytes download, 6 slots on console and 50,000 to buy. This has got a nice little trick up its sleeve. We can open each door separately, like that, and like that. Lighting at the moment is on. There is a light switch to the side here. We can turn on or off the shed lights. But what's cool is if you come to the back here and over to the left, just there, it says open gate. If you open that, this is for header storage. So you can bring your header in, you can put a header on the floor, and then close the gate, and then you can put another header on top. So the header sits on the rack. So when you come to get your next one, take one header off. Now you'd have to use, to put a header up there, so you're not going to be able to reach up there off of a harvester. But there are some attachments for telehandlers and things like that. So for storage, you can have a telehandler. It attaches to the header, bring your header in, and so you can store your 2 headers in like that. I'm trying to think. Well, you could probably put other things up there, but that's what it's designed for headers. Nice. This under build mode. Oh, hang on. I just remembered something I meant to say. I'm so sorry. American sheds. If we go back to sheds and go across, when you go to place the American shed, because I was just about to show you the Butler one, the American shed, no, not like that. You can just see the colour of it to the side there. I can't zoom down any further. Maybe you can see. No, it needs to be from there. There we go. It's a better angle. If you look to the bottom right, as you can see, when you go to place it, you can change the colour. So you can scroll through a selection of different colours on the building that you might want. The reason being, because I suddenly remembered on the Butler shed, which is just next to it, slot count on the Butler shed will come down to 1. As I said, 50 grand, and when you come to place that, it's exactly the same. We can scroll through and change the colour of the Butler shed from those options. There. So there we go. That's the Butler shed by AT Farms. Now we move on to the pack. That's a mod, but it's a mod pack. So we've had a few from BERNIESCS. This is the Lower Bavarian Farm Pack by BERNIESCS. 38.24 megabytes download. We have got here to the side, we have got the Silo Multi-Fruit. This is 12 slots, 15,000 to buy with a 2 million litre capacity. So 2 million litre multi-fruit silo. These, as most of the mods, but the BERNIESCS ones as well, are normally very nicely made. I'm trying to think, there we go. I saw the light and thought, I always like that little dust effect with the light. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. So to move across, here we've got a chicken pen. This is the chicken barn. 13 slots, 18,000 to buy. It will hold 360 chickens. We do have a little storage shed to the side here with lights. Feed point. I didn't put any feed in, just remembered. It's alright, doesn't matter. Feed points at the front there. Chickens are stored, kept inside and outside. So you've got a little door at the back there. And you'll see as we come out, got a little run on the outside as well. And there's your dialogue box just here. On the back here we've got a little storage bit. So if you're feeding them, well, you know, you can get bags of chicken feed and stuff in games, various different mods. You might store your bags in here, get some pallets brought over, put the bags in, and you can feed with your bags, or I don't know, whatever else you want to do with that. That's the chicken barn. Next to that we've got the farmhouse. Farmhouse is 11 slots and 50,000 to buy. We have got our wardrobe trigger next to the bench. We've got our sleep trigger just here in front of the door. You can't go into this building, but it is here as a farmhouse. Then over to the side we've got a cow barn. The cow barn is 16 slots, 80,000 to buy. It will hold 80 cows. This has also got a silo attached to it, which Caught me off guard a little bit. If we go into this door here, it's an L shape. You see the silo straight away. Let's drive through this side. Putting in is done this side. Taking out is done this side. I checked it. As far as I can tell, this is for forage crops. So things you would use for making total mix ration. So your straw, hay, I think I put grass in this as well, silage. It will hold total mix ration, and it will also hold pig food. So if you've got a pig farm, or you've got pigs on your farm as well, so it's not a full crop silo. That's what that multi-fruit one is for over there, but this is a forage silo, so for making various different things. That's what it's designed for, which is cool. There's various different stairways and upper levels, doors that open all over the place. If we go, actually we'll jump up there and go lighting. We'll go up the steps, up over the walkway, just here. So there's a kind of hayloft area at the top here. If we open that up, you've got access with telehandlers, teleloaders for putting stuff up here if you want to. Little features as well, like this. We've got a little storeroom just up here out the way. I mean, probably quite difficult to get anything to it, but it is up here. And we come down the stairs. Inside we've got an office just here, and we have the milk point. That's why I left that door open. So your milk trigger's just here. We just came down the stairs there. We come around the back. Open this door here. The feed trigger and the bedding trigger for straw were both just inside this door here. And then round to the side here, we've got a slurry point, and we've got a dialogue box just through the gate here. Can open these gates, as you can see, it does that. The premise being when you're coming through to load, unload, or whatever you're doing, it keeps the cows in there, and you don't lose them unless you have an errant one like that that's done a runner. But your dialogue box is just there. So let's close that back up again. It's got out somehow, I'm not too sure how. So that's the cow barn. And then next to that, we've got the machinery hall. This is 10 slots and 20,000 to buy. We've got triple doors on this first one. As you can see, the lights are on. If we come into this side, we've got, again, it's sort of a lounge area for your staff. Is it in here? Yeah, there we go. Just I thought, I'm sure I remembered that. Then we can come up to the top, and we've got another little kind of hayloft area. It has got access, but again, I'm not sure what you would put up here. That would be kind of a challenge. Maybe you throw bags up, that kind of stuff. And then next to that, we've got an open garage area. There's no workshop or workshop trigger with this. That section is drive-through. This is sort of closed in. And that's the pack itself. But under... where's the best way? It doesn't matter. We're on here anyway. We're on sheds. So that's where you find the machinery hall. Slot count will come down to 1. As I said already, that one's 20 grand. Under silos... oh, it's just there anyway. There, 15 grand for the 2 million litre multi-fruit silo. Under farmhouses is where you'll find the farmhouse. Slot count will come down to 1. 50 grand. Then we go up to our animals. The cow barn. Slot count will come down to 1. And under chickens, just there, 18 grand. Slot count will also come down to 1 for the chicken barn. So that is... so I put my bit of card over the top of it. That's the Lower Bavarian Farm Pack by BERNIESCS. Very nice indeed. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard Spreader 2000 by Fra-Cassés. This is 1.46 megabytes download, 4 slots on console, 2,000 litre capacity. It takes lime or fertiliser, 42 metre spread width. There are no options on this, and the slot count will come down to 1 once you've purchased it. You will find it, not in there, you'll find it under tools and fertiliser spreaders. And the next one we're going to have a look at is right next to it, which is the Tornado 1300. So when you're looking for them, this is where you find them, under your fertiliser spreaders. As I said, no options. This one's 10 grand, the other one's 15 grand. Just so you're aware. We hop on. I think we've got fertiliser in this and lime in the other one. I'm trying to remember now. It's really nicely made this one. I don't think we have to unfold it, but we can open and close cover. It's got the grid on the top there, so large chunks of fertiliser or lime get broken up. And there goes our 42 metre spread width. As we go across the field. Lovely, that's the first of them. Fairly straightforward. Like I said, very nicely made and detailed. Cool. So next to that then we have got the Stara Tornado 1300 by Frits. 2.26 megabytes download, 5 slots on console, 2,600 litre capacity. Also takes lime and fertiliser. This has got a 20 metre spread width, not a 42. As you saw the prices, that was 10 grand, this was 15. Spreads the full 20 with lime. No reason to think the fertiliser wouldn't do the same thing. There you go. So, the Lizard Spreader 2000 and the Stara Tornado 1300. Fra-Cassés and Frits. Next, we have got, oh yeah, over there. We've got the Lemken Smaragd, I think it is, the Smaragd by Mat26. The Smaragd 9400. 4.62 megabytes download. It's 5 slots, 4 meters wide. You'll find it under cultivators. Another nicely made mod. So just up here, out on the very end, there you go, the Smaragd 9400. 16,500, 140 horsepower required, 9 miles an hour is what it will run at. You can have design, yes or no. If you like your design, go yes. That's my advice. And if you're a 3 metre cultivator aficionado, just say to yourself, I've got an extra metre. The extra metre to play with. Drop it down and away we go. It's not a shallow cultivator. So this would be bringing up small stones. I have said this before if you're new to my channel, and the way I set this up, I used a paint tool to get the fields done quicker for the map, for doing mods, and by doing that eradicated the ability for stones to come through, so apologies for that unless I plough it separately. So that was the Smaragd by Mat26. It's nice that. Next we've got this. This is the Lizard ARC by Holzs FS. 14.62 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. There is a 2.4 metre, a 4 metre and a 5 metre. I've gone for the 5 metre. They are all exactly the same with the same options. I'll show you one. You've seen them all, kind of. But you find these under ploughs. Just there. So the ARC 10 is the 2.4 metre, 4 slots. The ARC 15, 4 metres at 4 slots, and the ARC 20, 5 metres at 4 slots. And slot count will come down to 1, as you can see. Options on all of them. You'll see that I've got the 5 metre, so you'll see 2 of them. So we've got TM95s and TM95 reversed tyres. Hang on. TM95, TM95 reversed. We've then got PD22, PD22 reversed. That's more of a rice tyre, I think. Then we've got design 1 or design 2, so we've got smooth disc or sort of serrated, so to speak. Main colour, anything on that palette. Rim colour, silver or black are your choices. So there's no options for adjusting the angle or anything like that. Pull out and away you go. Nice animation, nice bit of dust, does the job. Nice bit of bounce and movement on that, especially the arm on the left hand side as the thing's flexing and moving around. We do have the ability, it says at the top, allow create field, so if you want to create your own extend fields you've already got, you can. So there we go. That's the Lizard ARC by Holzs FS. Next, we've got this. This is the agricultural LowLoader. This is by Tailan. I always get this wrong. Magalhaes, Erik, Isak and Agro mods. It's 11.91 megabytes download, 10 slots on console. What I like about this, it has an option for standard width, but also a wider option. But sometimes you get them and you have the wider option, but the ramps don't widen. This one, it does. So if you're transporting harvesters or anything, anything large, if you've gone for a triple setup on your tyres for your tractor or something like that, it will do the ramps as well as, which is quite nice. Only thing I have found sometimes with trailers like this, as you can see, it's quite a big gap in the middle here. Depending on the gap in the middle, sometimes skid steer loaders have trouble getting on. So you've got that. It's either too big, too small. You're looking for the Goldilocks, aren't you? So you'll find this under LowLoaders, 19,000 to buy the base model. We've got 5 different wheel brands. Now it just shows you a picture of them up the top there. So I hope it's right. So we've got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and back. I think I've got them all. There's no options within that, just those ones. Then we've got extension, yes or no. Wheel design with hubcaps and air or no. Main colour, anything on that palette. Rim colour, anything on that palette, including metallics as well, and a license plate option on there as well. Let's start this up. So lights, indicators, reverse lights, turn the lights back off, unfold. It's a nice solid bit of kit as well. Tension straps, tension straps. Lovely. The agricultural LowLoader by Tailan and Magalhaes, Erik, Isak, Agro mods. Next we have got these. This, I suppose it's another pack technically. This is the Steiger Series IV Lizard 60. 25.51 megabytes download. This is by Bollard 2003. Bollard 2003. I think I said that last time. This also has the addition of, in the pack, options on the tractor to accommodate a dozer blade or a 600 litre liquid fertiliser or herbicide tank. So although it depends on the way what particular style you like. The Steiger version, as you can see in the lovely green, has more engine variant options, whereas the Lizard 60 version doesn't. So if you're not a big fan of the green, that does have more engine options on it, and I think that goes up to a higher one than that, if I recall correctly. We are going to have a look, obviously. So if we go into vehicles first, so you find these under large tractors. So it is just one that you then run through the options of. Or maybe it does. They do go up to the same. So if you want the Steiger Series 4, you've got the original green, and you've got different engines. So you've got 225 horsepower in the CM225 or the KM225. And we go up to 250 horsepower, CM250. What's going on here? 225 horsepower. Then we've got the CM250. Then the CM280, 280 horsepower. KM280. 325 horsepower with the CM325. SM325. KM325. Then the 360 horsepower CM360. KM360. Then back again, yeah, so 360 horsepower is the highest it will go. So we've got a few different options, and you see the engine sort of changed on there as well. Wheel brand is the same, so all the rest of the options are the same on both of them. So we've got Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Nokian, Vredestein, back to Lizard. Under Lizard we have got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Nokian, Freudenstein, back to Lizard. We've got beacon light, yes or no. Attachers, standard or 3-point on the back. Then we've got the front loader attacher option. So we've got front loader attacher, so that one for the dozer blade. Then we've got front attacher, which is just a trailer hitch attachment. Then we've got mounted fertilizer adapter. So depending on which of those accessories, or if you don't want to have those accessories, you don't have to. And then we've got back to no, then license plate option as well. If we go back up to the very top, original green, we can go from original green to Lizard 60. All the other options are exactly the same, it just takes away all those engine options. So all the other stuff I showed you was exactly the same, you just don't have those options as well. So that's fairly straightforward as far as that goes. If we come out of there and we go to our tools, if we go to levelers is where you'll find the blade. So the Steiger dozer blade, 3 grand, 4 meters wide. What did I say that was? Slot count on that was 2. Comes down, so you've got extension, no or yes. That's it, and it works as a leveler. And then if we go to, I'm sure it was sprayers. If we go to sprayers, there you go. The mounted fertilizer tank, also 3 grand, 600 litres capacity. No options on that, you get it just like that. Now I will say this, these tractors today, I don't know if it's my hearing, I'm not sure. The sound of the tractors today is chef's kiss today. Especially that Puma coming up. Oh, sounds good. So there's our dozer blade. And raise and lower it. I don't think we've got doors or windows to open this. No, we haven't. Horn, beacon, lights. Is it just me? That does sound really good. Interior. It's cool, I like it. And then we've got the Lizard 60 next to it. We drive forward. Completely different engine sound. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. To a degree. 600 litres of liquid fertiliser or herbicide in it. There you go. If either of those take your fancy, feel like doing a bit of levelling on your silage clamp in the Steiger. So that's the Steiger Series IV Lizard 60 by Bello 2003. Next then we have got the Case Puma 200 CVX Series Tier 3 by STv-Modding, 27.92 megabytes download, 14 slots on console. Various different options on this for colour and stuff, as you can see. What I like is that on the bonnet. Oh, can't beat a go faster stripe. It's very boy racer, but I like it. So this you'll find at the medium tractors. Just there, 178,000 for the base model. We have got 220 horsepower. We've got 252, 269, 270. I think that was the highest it went. Yeah, then back to 220. So 270 horsepower for the CVX Platinum. We've got Wheelbrand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, back to Trelleborg again. So under Trelleborg we've got Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, back to Trelleborg again. Interior, we can have beige or we can have grey. I quite like the beige actually. Then we've got design, standard or platinum edition. Now nothing changed on there. That could be because I went for the platinum on there. Because it puts the platinum edition on it. Let's go down to here, design, standard or platinum. Oh, I couldn't tell. Oh, it might be this it put in the decal. That's what it is. I couldn't see what was changing. I'm just looking on the bonnet there. Platinum edition is what gives you the go faster stripe. There we go. So if you want to be a boy racer, you want the platinum edition, go for it. Main colour is anything on that palette. Let's go for black, for example, or go with grey. The grey is quite nice. There you go. And it leaves the inside of the I say air fins, but the sort of covers, and the outside bit there on the rear fenders in the same colour you left behind. So design colour, if we change that to black, we'll change the inside of bits of the fins and the fender, but it leaves the go faster stripe. Then design colour puts the cover on the exhaust stack, so you can have the chrome exhaust cover. Then rim colour, we've got grey, standard, silver or special. Of the two I prefer the darker grey, but that's my own personal preference. I quite like that. And then license plate options as well. So the moment you've all been waiting for. You ready? Does that not just sound fantastic? Got a nice bit of body rock on that as well. That's a really nice tractor. Really nice. L1 right stick side to side does the rear window, or whatever the controls are for your particular platform you're playing on, but I'm showing PlayStation 5. Then under my R1, right stick up and down opens the sunroof. It's a little bit slow to open, but it does open, just to keep enough air in there. There we go. L1, R1, there wasn't anything, so those. Beacons, lights, horn, interior, very nice place to be. Look at that stripe. Even sounds nice inside. .36 miles an hour as well. It's not slow, is it? Lovely. The case Puma 200 CVX Series Tier 3 by STv-Modding, which brings me on to, I think, have I got this right? The last of the mods for today. Yes, the Landini series by Pepe978. Now, be warned, this is quite loud, this one. I mean, it does sound cool, but it's quite loud. I've had that a few times with Pepe978, especially the tracked ones. So this is the Landini series, 13.49 megabytes download, 7 slots on console by Pepe978. If you hadn't already guessed that by me saying it. This you'll find under small tractors. Out in the end, 21 grand. We have got the option of standard, 120 kilo weight, 280, or back to standard. Engine setup, we've got 55 horsepower, 65 horsepower, or a whopping 83 horsepower. Then we've got without cabin, with cabin. Then you've got license plate option on the back. So you've got map, so whatever the map license plate may be, or you can just go for a 70s license plate. If you go for the 70s license plate, it doesn't matter what you put for the other one because it kind of overlays it. And that's it for options. Now there's one thing I haven't been able to work out on this. We jump in on top left, it says open and close cover. I put close cover. I've been round and round this thing while I've been opening and closing cover, and I cannot for the life of me work out what's opening or closing. I'm going to see it now, aren't I? Something obviously is. Anyway, Where are we? So under L1 and right stick side to side, we've got an adjustable drawbar on the back. So if you get to where you're going to attach and you're just a little bit off, you can do a little bit jiggery pokery, so to speak. Horn. You can hear it over the engine. Lights. And look in here as well. Let's try open cover now. Well, the cover opens. I'm not sure. I'm sure some eagle-eyed person among you will notice. But there you go. That's the Landini series by Pepe978. That's it for the mod for Monday, the 24th of July. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape, or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Oh, that's better. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.